Rotating savings and credit associations. They represent an ancient yet enduring form of informal financial institution that blends the principles of peer-to-peer banking and lending.
Fueled by a giant debt bubble and computer-driven derivative.
These ROSCAs comprise of a group of individuals who agree to meet over a defined period and contribute to a pool of funds on a regular interval and take turns withdrawing a lump sum.
Would you put our percentage chance of ever making that top?
These associations operate on mutual trust. They're rooted in a social network and they are a viable alternative to formal banking in regions with limited financial infrastructure. Economist F.J.A. Bouman once described ROSCAs as the poor man's bank, emphasizing that money within these associations doesn't remain idle but changes hands rapidly, satisfying both consumption and production needs. So if you're a poor immigrant, listen up. This is how we get ahead. A typical ROSCA structure involves a small group of individuals who contribute a fixed sum amount to a common fund on a regular basis, often monthly. Each cycle, one member withdraws the lump sum and the rotation continues until everyone receives a payout. This process offers members access to capital for specific needs.
Fund of axe murderers.
Contributions are pooled collectively, and the payout recipient may be chosen through various methods such as financial need, social standing, monetary bids, or random assignment. In many cases, the ROSCA organizer receives the first payout, setting the stage for the group's rotation. The ROSCA model varies based on cultural and social contexts. For example, in India, chit funds function as regulated ROSCAs where payouts can be bid upon, often creating a competitive yet affordable access to additional capital. Participants may be family members, co-workers, neighbors, and it reinforces bonds that ensure members honor their commitments. In areas with limited access to formal financial institutions like rural villages or urban migrant communities, ROSCAs can help address immediate financial needs, promote savings, and finance small-scale entrepreneurial ventures without the bureaucracy of a formal bank. Or you could just see it as a lottery and party with the funds. Not your dad, do what you want. ROSCAs trace back thousands of years and are among the earliest forms of collective savings and lending practices.
Really?
Some of the earliest examples were documented in China around 200 BC, and similar practices independently emerged across diverse regions from Africa to Latin America and the Middle East.
It's all just fake smiles and agendas.
Each culture adapted ROSCAs to meet their local needs, often embedding them in rituals with strengthening social cohesion. In Cameroon, for example, ROSCA meetings called the Jangi involved exchanging greetings, sharing kola nuts, fostering a sense of unity and trust among participants. The informal nature of ROSCAs made them particularly attractive to communities that lacked formal banking and where financial practices adhered to more local customs than the global financial system.
And you're selling something that you know has no value.
In Muslim communities, for example, where Islamic finance prohibits paying or receiving interest, ROSCAs provide a permissible alternative. Similarly, in migrant communities within developed communities, ROSCAs allow participants to bypass restrictive credit requirements by drawing on a shared trust and collective responsibility. In non-Western, more holistic cultures where there's less focus on the individual and more focus on the well-being of a community, there's more trust in this network and kids aren't booted out the house on their 18th birthday. ROSCAs offer a significant economic benefit, especially in developing economies or underserved communities. One of their primary advantages is providing a simple, accessible alternative to conventional banking. By offering a structured form of savings and borrowing, ROSCAs allow participants to build financial discipline and accumulate funds in environments with minimal disposable income. This predictability is particularly valuable for individuals facing economic instability, as regular contributions help establish a savings habit and provide access to substantial lump sums when needed. Another benefit lies in the accountability structure that's inherent to ROSCAs. Because members often know each other personally, they are motivated to adhere to these group norms and rules and uphold their commitments. This mutual familiarity encourages members to use withdrawals for meaningful purposes, such as educational expenses, starting a small business, or managing emergencies. Unlike traditional bank savings, which can be accessed freely and spent impulsively, ROSCAs restrict access until a member's designated turn, thereby helping individuals control their spending.
I feel like that if you really love me, you wouldn't leave.
It's important to recognize that ROSCAs are more than just financial support mechanisms. They create social networks and foster mutual aid. At ROSCA meetings, beyond financial transactions, there are occasions for socializing, sharing meals, and supporting one another. This dual purpose of financial and social engagement fosters community solidarity, as members look forward not only to the economic benefits, but also the social experience, reinforcing community bonds and offering emotional support, which is great unless you have a creepy racist uncle. Now, despite their advantages, ROSCAs aren't without risks. One of the major limitations is the lack of interest on the pooled funds, meaning there's no growth in the members' contributions.
You married rich. I'm in danger of becoming a charitable organization at this point.
Inflation or currency depreciation can also erode the value of contributions, especially in long cycles, reducing the real purchase power of the final payout. Another risk involves the potential for default. ROSCAs operate on a trust system without formal contracts. The system is vulnerable to participants failing to meet their obligations and free riding on the other individuals. If a member receives their payout early in the rotation but defaults on future contributions, the group may struggle to complete the cycle. For this reason, ROSCAs are often organized among individuals with strong social ties and shared values. While community pressures within ROSCA communities act as a deterrent against default, the social pressures cannot completely eliminate the risk, especially during periods of economic hardship. Additionally, the timing of payouts might not align with each participant's financial needs, as a ROSCA cycle is predetermined and offers very limited flexibility. As ROSCAs grow, managing large funds can present logistical challenges, particularly if members cannot agree on fund allocation or selection criteria. ROSCAs generally lack the institutional protection associated with formal banking, like deposit insurance or legal recourse.
We collectively come forward to swear the following regarding.
In the event of mismanagement or fraud, members have limited options for recovery or recourse. It's a system built on trust. Do I trust my family members? ROSCAs are a testament to the resiliency of informal financial systems, blending financial utility with social trust to recreate a robust alternative to conventional banking in underserved communities. From Africa's Isuzu Tontine to Latin America's Pandero or South Korea's Ki, ROSCAs exemplify a universal approach to community-based savings and credit.
Our origin story sucks compared to theirs.
They provide economic empowerment, they encourage savings discipline, and they foster social bonds, offering a versatile financial tool that meets both personal and communal needs. But they're not without drawbacks. But ROSCAs are essential for communities worldwide, particularly in developing economies where formal financial systems are really lacking.
What have you had your entire life that I didn't give you?
ROSCAs perform a vital role of sustaining families and communities through both prosperous and challenging times, especially in Migrants.
5 will drive you un poco loco, my fine feathered friend.
Through ROSCAs, we see how trust, social capital, and financial pragmatism intersect, creating a model that underscores the endurance and resilience of community-based finance. Or you could just ask Daddy for a small loan of $1 million.
Dad, why?
Oh, go on, fuck off.